guys, welcome to the second episode of PhunkCraft. Back to my world. Jump straight into it this week. No faffing around with the silly intros, showing you the landscapes. We've all seen that now, so I'll jump straight in. So we spoke last week about changing this bit here, which I've dug out now. That was the main thing I wanted to do. As you can see, I've put it all back and just started digging back out. There's quite a lot of stuff to dig out, so I've not done all of it yet, doing it sort of stages, bit a day, as part of some other stuff I'm doing as well. But I think what I'm going to do now, unless you guys have got any better ideas, is I'll make this into a bridge here. It'd be like an arched bridge like this, and then I'll dig out the other side of it right down to this level again, and basically have another area which is open up like this. So it's just like a massive ravine in the end I'll be making. That's the end goal, and we have a few cool bridges across, a few water design features, that sort of thing. You know, just make it look cool. I've got some plans as well to, this is a big thing I want to do, big projects, it'll take me a while to do it, but I'm going to, once this here's all dug out as well, I want to have a big archway that, been growing some flowers, big archway that just follows right round. So it's a bit less ravine, a bit more sort of architecture-y. Got to work out the curve I'm going to use for that though, because it's I don't have to do it more than once because it's a massive curve. And obviously when I've dug out this back bit here, because it's going to be that again and again for the bridge in the curve shape. So that's going to be back to here at least, and I've got to dig right back, which is going to be a massive amount of digging, which I won't do on camera. So that'll be a long old video, but zombie. But yeah, that's the plan to make this look cool. The other thing I want to do, because I was concerned about how this is going to look at the top here, was have a lake or rivers around the top of the base, so it looked like it was part of the landscape, not just some massive hole that comes out of nowhere. So here was the plan. I'll just take you through this new bit. Actually, I'll show you this on the way through as we get into the next bit. So this is what, you know, last week I was saying about how I wasn't sure what I wanted to put on either side of the rooms. This side was going to be a potion lab, which well, that's not it, I promise. I've got more planned than that. But this side over here I decided to make into a furnace area, just so I can smelt everything in here, and it's all in one place. And it's in the storage bit as well, which sort of made sense. My main things I wanted to do with this was have a lot of lava around the place. And really it had to be unspawnable as well, which was tricky, and I've had to do this, which I'm not absolutely happy about. I think it looks cool, but I can just walk into that, whereas everything else in here I've managed to make idiot proof, so I probably won't walk into it at any point. We don't know though, and I have my moments. So here we go. I've actually shown you that open because I've already recorded this once, but I had my mic turned off. So try to, but yeah, this is my secret areas. That's the next bit I'll show you, but this is my secret bits here. So yeah, 2x2 hidden door, very nice. I'll show you more about that on the way down, but this is what I was talking about with the lake. So at the moment, I'll pop up here, I've got loads of like ravine-y, tunnel-y bits that look like they're really cool filled in with water. So what I'd do is I'd level this up so it's level with these bits here, fill all these in with water, massive undertaking, chisel this away and then put a lake around it. Yeah, and basically a lot of landscaping work there, but this would be taken away. The water would overflow one block back, so it falls in behind this brick layer here. And then what I'll also be doing is, I probably showed you this last episode, but I'll show you again now anyway, is these blocks here follow to the bottom, so I'll probably put some sort of tunnel going down here. I may even put like a pig collection area. I have a spawner up there, not a spawner, but a farm up there. They drop down here and fall to the bottom. I've got one on the other side as well, so actually a pig one and a cow one would be really cool if I can rig that up. That may be something I'd do actually. But yeah, as you can see, I've got to make the whole area unspawnable, which is something I've really got to do actually. Now I'm leaving this in hard mode from now on. I had peaceful a bit at the beginning to make, so I could dig some stuff out and do it properly, but now I think it definitely needs to go into hard mode to make it more fun and if nothing else. So yeah, furnace room, lava, smelting. That's that. 2x2 hidden door. This is a design originally by CMB Minecraft, which I've had to modify because it's been broken more recently. I'll show you some videos of my modified version, but to be honest, patch 1.3 comes out in, well, hopefully a few days, and that'll probably break it anyway, so I'll probably wait till after that before I do anything new. In fact, to be honest with you, CMB will probably make a new door then anyway. So I'll probably choose that because it's no doubt going to be smaller than anything I make. So yeah, I've got 2 hidden door. And yeah, nothing massive this time, just a hidden crafting table. Which obviously I'll need because I'm going to be making a lot of stuff from stuff that I've used in the furnaces. So that's there. That's what that's there for. But I want it to be all hidden and flush because it looks cooler. And when you walk in here, you're not really sure what this room's for, if anything at all. Apart from this hole now, which is what I'm just working on at the moment, which is why it's still open. Not 100% what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll show you why it's there anyway. Yeah, I've also just started getting wool. You'll see why in a second. So I'm trying to use that a bit more as well. This is obviously just, I've just stuck this in there just so it looks a bit better than just brick. But anyway, let's put that in here. So this is so what I've been doing, I've been out doing some caving with the original goal to get some melons for my zombie farm because I need to start making healing potions. So instead of 1 hit kills, which takes 5-10 minutes and lots of eating per kill to do, I can just throw a healing potion at the zombies and then yeah, they all die. It's a lot easier. I didn't find any melons. I found another zombie spawner actually, but I also found this little chap down here, which is a triple cave spider spawner, which I was really happy about. Now this is obviously a work in progress, so don't judge me just yet. But this is my little arrival area. This is going to be an enchanting table and a potion lab, so it'll be like a all-in-one enchanting grinding mob area. Redstone circuitry, that's got to be hidden yet, will be hidden, but I just wanted to get it working to make sure it actually was. And here are the mob spawners. So there's 1, 2 and 3. They're all, these 2 are joined. Unfortunately I couldn't make a full block like you're meant to. I'll show you how these are made at some point. But they're used, it's a design used by Etho originally, which has been modified slightly because of the limitations of where they are. And as you can see, they're already coming out of these bits here. These are the tubes through which the spiders move. There's some science behind how far you've got to be away and that sort of stuff. I'll explain that more in detail when I show you how these are made properly. But the basics are, spawners there's a certain distance from the spawner they can be before more spawn, which is somewhere down this pipe. And you've got to be at least a certain amount of blocks within the spawner for it to actually, I think that's 11. I'll double check that and reconfirm it. So anyway, I've done all that. Spiders move down here, come up here, hit one, and if they're not coming out, and the rest will follow up. Just make sure you do that. So anyway, the spiders are now all gathering here. And what the idea is now is I'll flip this switch, which will push out the bottom of these 2 pistons as long as it's on, which is part of the wiring here. And then this second part of the wiring instantly pushes out the top piston by unpowering this kit of redstone. On a delay, this second set of wiring does this, and eventually repowers and then unpowers this, so this pulls back. And the idea of that is that it damages the spiders down to 1 or half a bar health. So I'll show you that. So you see that turns off, that's now killing me, according to the noise, and then eventually that comes back around, that pulls out, and the skeleton pops in, and ruins my show. But yeah, these are on 1 health now, so if I was to start hitting these, they'll die instantly. Like that. So yeah, these 2 is in 1 hit. So I better hide them here, I will kill them, I'm not going to die here, am I? Yeah. Fortunately, not fortunately, my bed's absolutely miles away. I moved that, I'd completely forgotten. Oh dear, so yeah, I'm going back. What I'll do is I'll save you guys the run. It's a bit of a run, and I'll meet you back there in a second. So see you in a second. So yeah, back again. A bit sillier than I said it would be, but I thought actually I'll use this time to tell you guys what I'm planning on doing with this channel in more detail, because my first episode was a bit rushed. I was also a bit not nervous, but first time doing this sort of thing, and it's actually more difficult than it seems to just sit here and talk to yourself for any given amount of time. But what these are basically going to be, I'm just going to be playing the game and you know, building stuff and you know, trying to do cool things and big builds and that sort of thing, with a degree of input from you lot as to what I should do, and well, not really what I should do, but you know, you just fuel my ideas as to how I should do stuff. So really, as a series developer, I want to be, you know, I'll be actively creating projects, coming out with stuff I want to do, but then I want you guys to come to me and say, well, why don't you do this here, or I saw this done this way, which is really cool. And you know, that's when I'll develop and, you know, change my ideas as to what I had in mind originally based around those, because you know, I want to do stuff differently to how I would normally do it. So that's what it is. But I'll just be playing the game. It's a let's play really, with, you know, with some hopefully cool ideas and just on a bit bigger scale than what I'd normally do, which is why, you know, this like one mob spawning room is huge compared to what I normally make for a mob spawner. So right, I should probably get a sword actually, because that didn't work very well last time. Going fisticuffs with the skeleton. In fact, it's about time I had a diamond sword, I think. So let's do that. We've got enough wood. Yeah, lovely. So make a sword. Kill the skelly. Back to where we started. Or not. Right. Did I get my flesh back? No. It is dangerous being here. It's got to be said. Perfect. He's got some flesh I can have. So yeah. Just throw me off a little bit, but so we are in the spawner room. This is basically what it is. It's going to be developed a lot more before you guys see it again. I've got big plans to hollow this out a lot more as well. I do love digging, despite popular belief, but yeah, this will be dug right up to the ceiling, then right down to the floor. I'll put a couple of floor of grass again. I really like the way grass looks underground. I think it's really cool because it's not normally there. So that's my plan for that. Yeah, I've mentioned the potion rooms and stuff here. Obsidian River. Oh, that's really cool. I'll be using that in some design plan. I've also found this out. If you stand on the stairs and look at this block, it x-rays it, and I'm not actually sure why. But I might pop down there at some point to have a look. And that's really it. So I'll probably end the episode here for this week. If you like what I'm doing and want to get involved a bit more, just like, subscribe and all that good stuff. Leave me comments, please. I want to know what you guys think. Nasty ones, don't mind. Criticism's good. Not that much criticism, no, just a little bit. But yeah, let's let me know what you think. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.